Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about 6 ways narcissistic people gaslight our reality and the phrases they use to do this. Narcissistic people tend to be pathological liars. However, they don't lie in a way where we can recognize their lies. They covertly lie to us to deceive us, to confuse us, to get their needs met. And when we don't recognize what they are doing to us, it leaves us confused, angry, frustrated, hurt, questioning ourselves. Gaslighting is a psychological, emotional manipulation of you by the gaslighter to deceive you by getting you to question your own reality, to question your own sanity, so they can get away with their behaviour. When a narcissist is gaslighting, they often use you a lot as they shift the blame over to you to escape taking responsibility for the things they are doing to you. A narcissist wants to convince you that your memory, your mind, your emotions are the problem, to distract you from the fact that their actions are the problem, when without their actions, you wouldn't be having the problems you're dealing with. You wouldn't be questioning your sanity. You wouldn't be questioning your reality. You'd be able to communicate with them openly and honestly, which narcissistic people don't want to do, because then they could be exposed for their behaviour. They might have to face consequences for their behaviour. And as narcissistic people believe that they're entitled to do as they please, they believe that they're in the right and you're the one that's in the wrong. Abuse is abuse. There is no excuse. The narcissist personality disorder and the terminology of the things that they do is the reason behind their behaviour. It's never to excuse their behaviour. So number one, a narcissist will deny all knowledge to cause that self-doubt within you, to cause you to question your own memory, to question your perceptions. And they will come at you with phrases such as, "I've no idea what you're talking about. That never happened. You must be imagining things. I don't even know them. That's the first I've heard about it. You never told me. You must be mistaken. What are you talking about?" And as these are all phrases that people can use, someone might ask someone if they know someone and they genuinely don't know that person. So they might say they don't know that person. Someone might say something and someone might misunderstand them. So you might say, "Oh, you've misunderstood me," and then go and explain it to them. Someone might forget to tell you something and you might say, "You didn't tell me. This is the first I've heard about it." So as these are phrases that people can say in everyday conversations, we don't question it as gaslighting. We question ourselves and wonder whether we have misunderstood them. However, narcissistic people do it in a way, if someone genuinely has misunderstood someone, so if you've told someone something and they've misunderstood you, you will find you're explaining yourself to them so that they understand you better. When a narcissist claims that you misunderstood them, you will find yourself explaining yourself to the narcissist, while the narcissist twists it and turns it and use your explanations against you to make you feel worse, not to understand you, to understand you in a way where they can use your explanation against you to make you feel worse. The more you try and explain yourself to them, the more confused you get, the more frustrated you get, the easier it is for them to chip away at you, to provoke you, to gain reactions from you, to blame you. The more you avoid confronting them, because the more you want to avoid conflict, drama and chaos, the more the narcissist will create conflict, drama and chaos and blame you for creating it. They'll claim that they don't want to argue with you. right before they create a mass argument and then blame you for the argument so you don't or daren't speak up in the future. Number 2, when you try to call them out on their behaviour, how they've hurt you or how they've hurt somebody you know, somebody that you care about, a narcissist is going to blame your emotions, blame your thinking for being the problem so that their actions aren't called into question. Their actions have already been called into question, but they want to flip the script and blame your emotions. So this is where they're going to come at you and claim that you're overreacting, you're too sensitive, you're insecure, you have trust issues, you're hung up on the past, you need to let it go. You need to let it go because they want to get away with it. They don't want to be held responsible for breaking your trust, so they're going to blame you for having trust issues. You expect too much. So instead of them being held accountable for future faking with you, promising you something and then letting you down, they're going to blame your expectations as being the problem to deflect away from their actions. A narcissist wants to convince you that your emotional responses to their behaviour is the problem, to distract you from the fact that their behaviour is the underlying root cause to how your emotions are around that person. 3, they're going to accuse you. They're going to twist the story. They're going to project who they are and what they are doing to you over to you so that you feel confused, so that you take the blame, so that you work harder to change your mind and please them. So this is when they're going to use gaslighting phrases such as, why do you have to make everything so difficult? You're awkward, you're stubborn, you're selfish. It's not all about you. Why are you mad? What's wrong with you? You're going crazy. They're going to do all they can to twist it onto you. So if you've said no to them, they're going to claim that you're being stubborn to break down your boundary. If you won't do as they expect you to do, if you won't do as they please, they're going to accuse you of being awkward to get you to question yourself and change your mind to suit them, because you're looking for compromise and communication. So they know that by calling you awkward, you don't really want to be an awkward person. You just want to get along with people. So you might change your mind to suit them when they are the very person that's being awkward, that wants to coercively control you through their gaslighting words. And as people can be awkward, stubborn and selfish, and people can be these things not in a negative way, this is about repeat patterns of behaviour. We then question ourselves. People who put themselves first, who are not on the spectrum, when somebody accuses them of being selfish but putting themselves first, they question themselves, they overanalyze the situation. When someone accuses a narcissist of being selfish, who always does put themselves first, they don't question themselves. They think that you're the one that's being selfish and accuse you, twist the story, project what they're doing over to you. Number 4, they will isolate you. They will alienate you from other people. They will appeal to popular opinion, but one where you can't go and speak to those people because you're already questioning your reality and questioning if you're the stubborn one, questioning if you're forgetting things, questioning if your emotions are all over, if you have trust issues. So when they come at you and say, even so-and-so thinks this about you, everybody thinks you're crazy but me, don't listen to them. They're not interested in your best interest like I am. They're interested in getting their needs met from you. A narcissist is going to accuse others of turning against you so that you go to the very person who's gaslighting you for support and not the people who could actually support you. 5, a narcissist will start playing the victim. They will come at you and say, after all I've done for you, I was only trying to help you, so that you're left feeling guilty. You're left trying to remember the things they've done for you and forget the things they've done to hurt you. Those intermittent reinforcements from the narcissist playing very well when they come at you and say, how can you not remember when I did this for you? To get you feeling guilty. Narcissistic people don't give for giving's sake. They give so they can take. So when they've done something for you, they expect praise, they expect admiration, they expect eternal gratitude, and they expect to be able to use this against you in the future as leverage to get you to forget the negative things that they do to you and focus on those odd times they do something for you, which technically they only did for you to serve themselves. A narcissist will sink you for depression and then take you to the doctors to get you on pills, to take your livelihood away from you, to take your home away from you while pretending they're trying to help you. And number 6, a narcissist will play the victim. They will again twist the story by playing the victim. This is when they're going to come at you and say, oh, I knew it would be my fault. Oh, I knew you'd blame me. Or you always have to make out that I'm the bad girl, that I'm the bad guy. Well, I would have told you, but I knew you'd act like this. What's wrong with you? What's your problem? Why do you accuse me of these things? Why do you have to treat me this way? It's not my fault. Well, if only you hadn't. You don't get me. You misunderstand me. And this is all done to guilt trip you, so you feel sorry for them. So you're the one that ends up working harder to please them, to explain yourself to them, so they can use your explanations as leverage to further manipulate your mind, to further emotionally abuse you, and to further psychologically harm you, so that you end up confused, you end up frustrated, and you end up reacting to them. If you believe that somebody is gaslighting you, keeping a diary is great. However, if someone is gaslighting you, you need to make sure that gaslighter cannot get a hold of that diary. Seeking professional help and support, seeking help from domestic violence centres to help get out of the situation you are in, creating distance from the gaslighter so that you can start piecing your reality back together. And while creating that distance, you need to start creating new routines for yourself to break that trauma bond. Starting new hobbies of things that you would like to do to fill your time in a positive way so that you're not too focused on the negatives. We have to process the emotions. We have to put the puzzle back together and work out what has happened. But at the same time, we need to find things that lift us back up, that help our state of mind, because narcissistic people are very good at sinking our state of mind to suit themselves. Gaslighting is a hideous form of emotional abuse, and most people can gaslight unintentionally. It's all about the intentions behind the behaviour, and with a narcissist it's that malicious intent to get their own way, to get away with their behaviour, to distract people from their behaviour, to exploit people, or to destroy people. If anyone has any thoughts on the video, please add those into the comments. I shall add in the description the playlist on things narcissistic people say to distract you from the truth, as these go into more detail on the meaning of what they say and how it can affect you. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.